See the crowd want more. Entertainer, ask more. Entertainer, that costs more. I want more.
We gon' make them tap out. It's a rap, fade to black when they pass out. See the schemes that you running, it's a glass house. Pull up to your front door with the mask out. Yeah, I ain't worried about the threats. We gon' run it up with no regrets. Let these hands go, put them on the rest. Trying chickens, better say it with your chest. When it's dinner time, boy, you better give me mine. 150 on the dash to the finish line. All the cameras on live, got me energized. They wanna see me in the cage like I did a crime, yeah.
I can hear the crowd wanting more. I'm about to take you to the floor. Make them understand I'm on it pure. I want more. I can understand they want more. Entertainer, yeah, I want more. Entertainer, yeah, I want more. I want more. I'm on more. I want more. I want more.
We gon' make them tap out. It's a rap, fade to black when they pass out. See the schemes that you running, it's a glass house. Pull up to your front door with the mask out. Yeah.
See the crowd want more. Entertainer, that costs more. Entertainer, that costs more. I want more. I'm on more. I want more. I want more. Big entertainer, yeah.
Stars in the sky, we be shooting for success. Stayed on our grind, and now we be on next. From the beginning, always knew that we be winning. 795, we are that fucking vibe. Hey, we take you mano a mano, from Montrose to Nassau, up from Queensbridge to the Verrazano. So if you chasing the fame or chasing paper, then BDFQ, be you, and get your weight up.
Take someone out before they take me out.
Plenty ways get rich, plenty ways get hit. Run up the bands, I may hide the man, get the cake, but I stay out the mix. Stack up the cheddar, got plenty ways. I'm a trendsetter, got plenty ways. I keep getting better, got plenty ways. 100%, I got plenty ways. I can't let them stop the paper. Diamond stretch cut like a taper. I love me a snake in the grass.
Take someone out. I'm about to take someone out. I'm about to take someone out before they take me out.
Yeah, I had to make a decision. I can't let them alter my vision. Look, I'ma just come to attention. I'm telling you, plenty ways get rich, plenty ways get hit. Run up the bands, I may hide the man, get the cake, but I stay out the mix. Trendsetter, got plenty ways. I keep getting better, got plenty ways. 100%, I got plenty ways.
Blood on my face, I got blood on my hand. I got blood on the floor, I got blood on my face. I'm about to take someone out. I'm about to take someone out. I'm about to take someone out. Blood on my hands, blood on my hands, blood on my face, blood on my hands, blood on my hands, blood on my face,
for the he say, she say, getting no delay, run it like relay, bro, you ain't got it like this. Henny in my car park, see straight, big fur jacket from eBay, looking timeless. I gotta let my skin fade marinate, we gotta toast up, celebrate. Everyone scream next up, but I'm the number one candidate. Tattoos on, man, I'm making key plays. When I'm doing shows, gotta get all prepaid. Fortune flavors, I'm on a tea break, no side, no about these ways. I gotta let my skin fade marinate, we gotta toast up, celebrate. Everyone scream next up, but I'm the number one candidate. Star boy, excellent. They all on my dick, come celebrate. Ice and a white gold tooth cap. I treat the waiter nice, she loved that. I mix the blueberry pie with cognac. Not what I wear, it's how I rock that. If I can buy that twice, I'll cop that. Sweet 110, spot that.
So Israel Adesanya obviously was mashing through the middleweight division until his rival Alex Pineda showed up. But as he gets back on the proving ground here tonight, DC, most people believe on any given Saturday night, this is still the best middleweight in the world.
Well, he's proven it time and time again. He has been the man for so long, it would seem hard for him not to operate in that space. But because he believes in himself, because he recognizes who he is, he takes wins and losses as good as anyone I've ever seen. But when it comes down to the X's and the O's, the guy in his fight ability, Israel Adesanya is as good as they come. A phenomenal kickboxer and much improved wrestling that allows for him to stay upright and make guys fight him where he needs him to.
Really seems as though he is getting closer to that mixed martial arts prime, to your point, in terms of putting all the skills together. Israel Adesanya, the last style bender, back in the octagon here tonight. Scousers don't get knocked out, and that has been the case for Paddy Pimblett, at least to this point in his UFC career. Outstanding pedigree coming in, and he's got another big fight in front of him tonight, DC.
And he's going to continue to get big fights, because when you have that thing, when you have that it factor about you, people want to tune in. That is what Paddy Pimblett has in spades. But not only can he fight, but not only can he draw people in, the guy can fight. He's a tremendous grappler, and he has confidence like not many guys that you've seen at such a young age in their career.
And don't let the out-of-camp body composition fool you, because this man has a work ethic that rivals anybody in this division. Huge spot for Paddy Pimblett tonight. All right, with that, both fighters have now graced the octagon. They will lock the door behind them, ready to go with a crazy fight here at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Our tail of the tape for this, our main event of the evening. To get us started with the official introductions, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the former UFC middleweight champion of the world, Israel, the last style bender, Adesanya. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Paddy the Bandit Pimblett.
Herb Dean, our referee for this one.
Ready. Good.
Well, if you talk to Israel Adesanya, he'll tell you, I don't force the finish. I like to let it come to me, and that is certainly what happened in his UFC debut. But one thing to keep an eye out for is the takedown defense, because everybody is shooting at those legs of Adesanya, and more often than not, they haven't been able to keep him down consistently. So Adesanya has worked hard on that realm of his game, and let's see if the takedown defense. Inside leg kick is there. Dean steps in. Holy smokes. What a fight. So what a moment in this man's career. A huge finish in front of a capacity crowd. After party's going to be on fire. How about it?
I mean, I'm just sitting here stunned, because to watch a young athlete have a performance like this was really amazing. The finishing instincts, his ability to close the show, it was next level. It was amazing, John.
We go inside the octagon. Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 33 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by TKO, Paddy the Paddy Pimblett.
Well, there he is, the man of the hour. And you got to think this dude's going to get a serious Instagram push tonight after the win by TKO.
Oh, he's going to get a massive push because he hurt his opponent and he pressed his foot down on the gas until he got that finish. That was amazing.
All right, so here's the former UFC welterweight champion, Kamaru Usman, and there is no taking this man's legacy away from him. I know he was disappointed with that Leon Edwards fight, but this man is going to get his roses, his Hall of Fame night. Still has a lot to accomplish, though, at least in his mind right here, right now.
Well, you watch him in that fight, and you still feel as though he was the best. He was winning the fight, and he got hit with a beautiful head kick by Leon Edwards. Kamaru Usman possesses all the skills, and that was one of the conversations we had. I said, I'm very proud as a brother of what you've become. He has everything, cardio, he has striking, he has wrestling. He's just a tremendous mixed martial artist. He just has to rebuild back to that championship level, and that starts tonight.
And you wonder if that result against Leon Edwards could actually be a benefit for Usman moving forward. We're going to get some answers here in short order. Himself in yet another big spot here tonight. Well, there's always a special feeling when Khamzat Chimaev makes the walk, whether at welterweight or at middleweight. This man has proven to be a real problem and really has lived up to all the hype and then some, dating to his 2020 UFC debut.
It's so hard for you to meet expectation, much less exceed it.
Right.
Khamzat Chimaev has exceeded the expectations set for him when he made his UFC debut. He has been nothing short of a buzzsaw, just going through guys at a rate that not anyone could have expected. What a fantastic fighter we get to watch every time we see Khamzat in the octagon.
And of course, many people harken back to the Gilbert Burns fight in 2022, the consensus fight of that year in which Chimaev was challenged and still rose to the occasion. We'll see how he fares tonight. Our tail of the tape for this highly anticipated welterweight fight. All right, to get us started with the official introductions, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the former UFC welterweight champion, Kamaru, the Nigerian Nightmare Usman. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Hamzat Chimaev.
All right, Herb Dean, our referee for this one, just about to get underway. All right, here we go. Hamzat Chimaev, with much fanfare, is back as this round gets underway, and not the fight during which to get up and grab a beer. This man usually works quickly.
Those hurt bad.
Gets back to his feet. So fighter a little bit stunned, holding on to him now, not doing a ton, just looking to recover. Usman's in half guard.
Move, scramble, come out, get yourself up in a good position, a better position.
Now he's going full mount.
Moving his head on the ground here, avoiding a lot of these big shots. Well, he's going to enjoy watching this one back. Let's take a look at the replay of the knockout just a moment ago.
It was right hand after right hand after right hand. Finally, he found the one that hit the exact sweet spot that ended his opponent's night.
And here we go inside the octagon for the official decision to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 6 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Kamaru, the Nigerian Nightmare Usman.
Man, Usman's feeling his power, and why not? Another knockout for the former welterweight champ tonight.
Yeah, beautiful knockout by Kamaru Usman. He has gotten so much better in striking, and these opportunities are presenting themselves. Just like he did to Jorge Masvidal. The guy has setups, he believes in his jab, he believes in his power, and he's starting to show that in these performances.
And once again proving that his spot on the pound-for-pound list is deserved. Congratulations to the Nigerian Nightmare. Well, Paul Felder wants his teammate Sean Brady's nickname to be Brickhouse, and I'm not sure there's a more appropriate moniker for this guy than that. Have you ever seen a fighter respond better to a loss than Sean Brady did against Kelvin Gastelum after he was humbled by Bilal? Remember the name Muhammad. This man's wrestling and grappling and sheer physical strength is as scary a proposition, I would think, for any future welterweight contender. And now with momentum reacquired, we'll see if Sean Brady can take that requisite next step. this is about as decorated a kickboxer as has come into this division in some time, DC. And if we get a kickboxing match tonight, he ain't losing.
He is a championship-level kickboxer, a guy that can stand in the pocket and trade and kick and punch with anyone. He's constantly throwing things from as close as you can get. He's comfortable throwing leg kicks. He will drive these into your body. But it's the aggressiveness and the ability and willingness to stand in the pocket and trade that makes him truly, truly special. I think that is what separates kickboxing, the high level, everyone else.
He understands distance as well as any striker in this division. Of course, that is a byproduct of a lifetime of repetitions in the kickboxing space. Steps inside the octagon, he is ready to fight. Our tale of the tape for this welterweight fight. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Sean Brady. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the former UFC welterweight champion, Leon Rocky Edwards.
And there's Herb Dean. He will handle the action inside the octagon. All right, early round action here. We'll see if tonight is the night that Sean Brady finally meets his match. You can argue this is the most avoided guy in the UFC's welterweight division right now. Just a marauding, suffocating ground game, a developing striking game that has also proven to be problematic for his fellow contemporaries. And Sean Brady looking for that signature next-level win that's going to vault him into welterweight contention tonight.
Fighting behind a nice jab.
That'll do it! Leon Edwards has done it! Bruce Buffer has your official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 33 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by knockout, Leon Rocky Edwards.
All right, how about Leon Edwards, your winner tonight by KO? Look at him now. It is amazing to think where he was just a few short years ago. Now he's all the rage.
I mean, for years, this guy begged for a title fight. When he got his opportunity, he cashed in, became the champ, and now he's showing that he's getting better and better. He said, look at me now. Yes, Leon, we're all watching you knock people out over and over again.
And I'm not sure there's a better striker in this division. There may be strikers as good. Leon Edwards, though, with a huge result here tonight by KO. From the favelas of Brazil to global superstar status. Enter the former UFC lightweight champion and the most decorated finisher in UFC history. One of your favorites, Charles "Dude-Bronx" Oliveira.
John, you saw the smile just come across my face when you start to talk about it. This guy's fun. Very few guys bring out that emotion. Justin, Gaethje and Charlie Allen, those are the ones for me that feel like they bring that emotion out of me. Like, I know this will be fun. To see this guy rise from where he was, not only in his career, but in his life, to become the champion of the world, it was amazing to watch. And for the time that he was the champ, what a ride, man. We had fun calling Oliveira fights. Let's see if he can start another run towards the championship. Yeah, big challenge for him here tonight, but I do get emotional thinking about where he came from and where he is right now, right? Nicknamed "Dude-Bronx," the ghetto, and he emerged out of it to change his life forever. We'll see how it goes for Charles Oliveira tonight. All right, DC, should be interesting to see how it goes for him here tonight. I know you, as a high-level wrestler and Olympian yourself, are always curious to see guys who wrestled collegiately on this level now apply their trade to UFC. You know, you look at this guy and you think about his past. You think about his background, how he has been trained from his youth to be here. Even though he understood he wanted to be a mixed martial artist, his dad knew that he had to wrestle. And that wrestling took him through college, and it leads him to the UFC. That is why you see him approach fights the way that he does. He's been embedded in this kid. And if he can continue to evolve his entire mixed martial arts game to match his wrestling level, he's hell on wheels. He's shown that to this point.
And one thing he has focused on is being more active when he does get the fight to the ground. So perhaps we'll see an uptick in the ground and pound here tonight as this high-level wrestler gets back to work. Our tale of the tape for this, our main event of the evening. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the former UFC lightweight champion, Charles "The-Bronx" Oliveira. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the former UFC lightweight champion, Islam Makhachev.
Herb Dean, our referee for this one.
Ready.
All right, here we go with the two best lightweights in the world. Oh, you got to keep pressing here. Could be the beginning of the end. Oliveira gets tagged by that stiff jab. Defense not there for him thus far tonight. Push kick there to the body. Well, he's going to enjoy watching this one back. Let's take a look at the replay of the knockout just a moment ago.
It was right hand after right hand after right hand. Finally, he found the one that hit the exact sweet spot that ended his opponent's night.
We send it inside the octagon to Bruce Buffer for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean's called a stop to this contest at 32 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Islam Makhachev.
Well, we congratulate him on a huge knockout here tonight. He'll probably keep that smile while he's sleeping tonight after what he was able to produce here.
He's going to be smiling for a really long time. When you get a knockout like that, not only do you get the win, you also, most times, walk away with a $50,000 bonus check.
All right, so here's the Polish lightweight contender, Mateusz Gamrot. A lot of people eventually expect to see a belt around his waist. Huge opportunity to close the gap here tonight.
Well, John, he's got big goals. He's got big goals. He has big expectation for himself. But the only way you get expectation like this is to have the ability to try to go and chase that down. Gamrot has those abilities. He's a tremendous wrestler. He has unbelievable cardio, and he's a really good striker. He possesses A-plus skills, but how does he apply them tonight to get this victory over a very tough opponent?
Reps American top team in South Florida. This is a former 2-division KSW champion at 55 and 45. But as you know, it is UFC gold that Mateusz Gamrot is after. We'll see how it goes for this decorated kickboxer. Nice to see him cross over into the UFC, and a lot of people feel like if he can get on sort of an Alex Pineda-type trajectory in terms of the work ethic and the approach, could be a future world champion.
Well, he looks like it. He seems to have all the skills, and he says the right thing. We were talking to him the other day. He spoke about all the time they're spending in the gym working on the wrestling, because he knows that the kickboxing is embedded in him. He has done it so long, he can do it on cruise control. The wrestling has improved. And he said because his wrestling's improved, guys are going to have to stand with him. When they have to stand, he said the lights will be shut off. Yeah. I cannot wait to see him.
Dude's got power everywhere, and that's why a lot of these fans have traveled far and wide to see him compete live here tonight. Our tale of the tape for this, our main event of the evening. Now for the official introductions, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Mateusz Gamrot. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the former UFC light heavyweight champion, Victor
Herb Dean, third man in the octagon tonight. Quite early round action here. We'll see how Poland's Mateusz Gamrot. On the overhand, now he's hurt.
That's one of those shots that if you take one of them, it can end the night. That one landed right on the spot.
Well, it seems like there has been an opening for that overhand all night long. Let's see if he goes. Could be the beginning of the end here. All right, let's get you some replays now. Certainly a lot for our replay guys to work with in the truck. This was a clinic tonight in terms of mixed martial arts acumen in every realm of the game.
And once he got to the top, he started to land brutal ground and pound until the fight was called off. Just a dominant performance from the top position.
The official decision is in. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 21 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by knockout, Vitor the Phenom Belfort.
So the celebration is on with him and his team, and rightfully so. A monumental result tonight as he gets the win by knockout.
He spoke it into existence. He said over and over to anyone that'll listen, I am going to knock this man out. He did it in an even more impressive fashion than he ever could have imagined.
All right, champ, I'm excited for this one, and you're cracking a wry smile. I know you are, too. This is a kickboxer of the highest order, and he's made no bones about it. He believes that if this fight is contested on the feet, he's going to wax this guy early.
He's going to get the job done. He has 100% confidence that if they're standing, he's better. And why would he not? He is one of those kickboxers that is on the level of Adesanya, Pereira, and Alistair Overeem. He sits amongst the best to come from that sport and apply it to mixed martial arts. He's got a well-rounded skill set outside of kickboxing. Kickboxing is what makes him special.
Yeah, it was interesting to hear Alex Pereira, the middleweight champion, praise him recently, sort of unsolicitedly. So needless to say, the eyes of the sport are fixed upon this kickboxer here tonight. Well, a lot of people felt like he was going to go be a professional kickboxer. There's more money in the UFC, though. That's why he's here. We'll see if he can kick somebody's head off here tonight.
I mean, he's going to look for it. You know, we have seen great kickboxers come into the sport. We have not seen many that come with the background, with the tradition and the history that this man has in kickboxing. He is so sure that if it's a stand-up fight in the UFC, he beats anyone. And I'm talking anyone, the best in the world. He thinks he beats them, but he's going to have to show that he can stay upright, because this ain't kickboxing. This is mixed martial arts. You got to make sure you defend those legs, or you end up spinning 15 minutes laying on your back.
That's right. We did have some fun at our fighter meeting. He said, would you guys prefer a knockout with a kick or a punch? We said, hey, man, we want to see you throw those feet. So we'll see if he can get the knockout here tonight in what is a very interesting stylistic matchup. Our tail of the tape for this highly anticipated welterweight fight. All right, now for the particulars, he is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Matt the Immortal Brown. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Randy Rude Boy Brown.
Herb Dean, our referee for this one.
Ready. Let's do it.
All right, round one is underway, and I got to think when you're fighting a guy like Matt Brown, you have to be mindful of not getting overly aggressive too early. This is a guy who has proven very difficult to put away, and you got to save something in the register for that latter rounds. You know Brown's going to keep on coming. Brown gets hit with a kick. Oh, he's got the ground and pound going now.
He's getting them out here. Oh.
He's having his way with him here.
He flattens him out. This could be the beginning of the end.
Oh, you gotta love the ground and pound strikes here. And there it is, another strike on the ground, gets through.
There it is, now he's going to mount. Big ground and pound.
Posturing up now.
And now the damage is about to start.
Make the bad man stop. A nice stoppage win for him here tonight, and the other side just couldn't handle the incoming assault. A flurry of punches, most of them upstairs, and when those big shots land repeatedly, the referee has no choice but to step in and call the fight. Here now, Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 19 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by TKO, Randy Rude Boy Brown!
Well, could you imagine what the celebration is like in his hometown right now after he gets the TKO win tonight? He said he wanted to leave the judges out of it. Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. He left the judges out of it. The judges could have went to the concession stand because once he got his opponent hurt, he was not going to stop until he got that TKO.
All right, so here he is, one of the best strikers in this or any division. Rafael El-Fiziev, born in Kazakhstan, now fighting out of Thailand, and he draws rave reviews for just how hard he works in training. Big win over Rafael dos Anjos back in 2022. That set him up for the Justin Gaethje fight. It was competitive, but he fought Justin Gaethje on what you could argue was Gaethje's best night. That was one of the best fights of the year in 2023. The focus on Fiziev tonight, though, is on winning. He understands how tight this lightweight division is. He understands how crowded the bracket has gotten. If he can beat this guy tonight, Fiziev just might have the inside track to a shot at a world title. I gotta think there's gonna be some competition for bonus money in this one. The kicks are gonna be flying early and often. He's one of the better kickboxing practitioners we have in this division.
Yeah, when he can make you fight him in a kickboxing fight, I mean, you would imagine you're watching this guy in glory or something because he's so good in this specific area of fighting. He mixes everything up so well from in close, and he's so comfortable in close. He's rolling his shoulders, rolling right to leg kicks. He will batter and bruise you and beat you up from in close. He's amazing. You better take this dude down if you want a chance to win this fight.
Right. No, you put it well, and he has adapted his style very well to mixed martial arts, but when the fight is on the feet, caution, flammable. Well, so much UFC history has played out here at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Plenty more where that came from tonight. The athletes are ready to go. Our tail of the tape for this, our main event of the evening. We go inside the octagon. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main defense of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Variado and a man, and now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, walking Numeza
Herb Dean, third party in the octagon tonight. All right, early round action here, and all eyes, of course, are on Rafael Fiziev. He has vaulted to lightweight superstardom, and a lot of people believe in this matchup he's going to be able to have his way in the striking realm. Let's see how it plays out here early. Just misses there with the left.
Oh, nice body shot.
Leg kick is there. Just touching him with the jab. Oh, how good is that? Oh,
my goodness.
What a fight. Well, make no mistake about it, he is getting 2 paychecks tonight as he gets the big TKO victory. Wow.
That's unbelievable. It was crazy to watch his finishing instincts on display as he got that massive victory. It was amazing, John. It was amazing.
We now go inside the octagon where Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 50 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by TKO, walking Numeza.
Well, what a win for that young man tonight by TKO. And if the judges were looking at their phones, it's okay. We don't need the scorecards.
We don't need your scorecards. Do as you may, proceed as you may, because this guy knew that he had to finish this fight. That's exactly what he did. He got his opponent hurt, found the follow-up shot, and got the finish.
This guy's got some hands on him, DC, and sometimes he takes issue when we call him a boxer because he is an MMA fighter and a well-rounded one at that. But it's hard not to lead the dance and lead the walk with the boxing skills that really are off the charts.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. So he can be mad, but I would be happy to be called a boxer if I possessed that set of skills. If I had the ability to fix the target as well as he does. When he's most comfortable, when he's flowing, when the head is moving, when it's never on the center line, when he's landing body shots, when he's following that left body shot with that beautiful left hook, that's when he is most dangerous. It's a guy that for all that he can do in the octagon, at the end of the day, he was a boxer first and a fantastic boxer at that when he stepped into the UFC.
And don't sell yourself short.
I'm trying, but I'm not this guy.
Barboza is a little bit underappreciated right now. He will not be at career's strikers, and this is truly one of the elite strikers that this division or any division in UFC history has ever seen, and look to add another highlight to the reel here tonight.
He's got a highlight reel a mile long, a guy that has finished multiple fights with leg kicks, spinning back kicks. He just brutalizes opponents. You watch guys just melt in front of Edson Barboza from the damage and the intensity of which he fights with. To me, it's the kicking game of Edson Barboza that stands out above everything else. He does have great boxing, but the body kicks with no wind-up on the left side and the leg kick on the right side is just truly something to behold.
And now training full-time out of South Florida, Edson Jr. Barboza, back in the octagon here tonight. Edson Barboza, he has graced the octagon. It means we are ready to go with our main event of the evening. Our tale of the tape for this welterweight fight. All right, now for the introductions, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Amari Wolverine Octagon. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Edson Jr. Barboza.
So Herb Dean, third man in there for this one.
Ready. Good.
Right, it is the UFC's unofficial home base, T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and 18,000 plus are expected on hand tonight for what should be an epic UFC lineup.
It is going to be a phenomenal fight night and a fantastic.
That's the over the top, and now his opponent in a world of trouble.
Beautiful level change, make him think you're going low, right over the top with that beautiful overhand. Great punch.
And just misses with that big right hand. Well, you got to think he might be trying to set up that...
Oh, he's hurt bad. He's hurt bad, John. He's got to press him. He's got to go chase that finish down now.
All right, let's get you some replays now, certainly.
Just here for the moment, grind for the night to the morning, pound on the pavement and hitting the clock. I ain't gonna stop till I own it. You ain't did what I done. That's how I know I'm the one. I ain't taking no days off. Back to work when the cameras are done. As hard as it get. Put in my name and submit. Put it 100%. Put it 100%. Working as hard as it get. Put in my name and submit. Put it 100%. Put it 100%.
So here he is, one of the greatest welterweights in UFC history, the Nigerian Nightmare, Kamaru Usman. Some criticize maybe his risk mitigation late in that Leon Edwards fight, but this man is an offensive fighter. He's got every skill in the book, and we'll see which ones he chooses to employ here tonight.
It's crazy because when he came off the Ultimate Fighter, he was known as a bit boring. But him and Trevor Whitman have such a great partnership that they have developed a style that works for Kamaru, and it works at such an elite level. He got caught. How does he bounce back? This guy, his jab is tremendous. He can knock you out with it. His wrestling and his top control is second to none. Kamaru Usman possesses all the skills in the world. How does he implement those skills tonight when he steps inside the octagon?
And one thing you never have to worry about, the output, the work ethic, one of the hardest workers in the room in the UFC, and he is at the height of motivation getting back on the proving ground tonight. Ready to make a statement here tonight. usual, the eyes of the mixed martial arts world are fixed upon Paddy, the Batty Pimblett, when he competes. And anytime you're able to win when you're not at your best, as was the case in his win over Jared Gordon, that's a feather in your cap. Pimblett back on the horse tonight.
Win. Ultimately, that's what it's all about. Paddy Pimblett gets the job done. But listen to this arena. Listen to the reaction that people give this young man when he steps from behind the curtain. This guy is a star. He has that star quality about him. But not only does he have that, he can fight. And ultimately, it's about winning fights. Paddy Pimblett does that in spades.
There are so many components to this Paddy Pimblett package, the accent, the persona. But this is a very talented mixed martial artist out to prove as much yet again tonight. All right, with that, both fighters have now graced the octagon. They will lock the door behind them, ready to go with a crazy fight here at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Our tail of the tape for this, our main event of the evening. All right, now for the official introductions, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the former UFC welterweight champion, Kamaru, the Nigerian Nightmare, Usman. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Paddy Pimblett.
All right, Herb Dean, third man in the octagon for this one.
Ready. Good.
All right, here we go. Another big night for the MMA leader from Las Vegas, Nevada's T-Mobile Arena. Been a lot of seminal moments in this building. I can think of one.
It was a big one for me at UFC 246. But John, also UFC 200. I got to stand across the cage. Oh, he got real good too.
A lot of top pressure being applied here.
This man is landing brutal ground and pound.
All right, let's get you some replays now. Certainly a lot for our replay guys to work with in the truck. This was a clinic tonight in terms of mixed martial arts acumen in every realm of the game.
And once he got to the top, he started to land brutal ground and pound until the fight was called off. Just a dominant performance from the top position.
Let's get it inside the octagon where Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean's called a stop to this contest at 23 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Paddy the Batty Pimblett.
Well, he's smiling ear to ear, and why not after a knockout like that? I need a ticket to the after party tonight.
I mean, this is what dreams are made of. You dream of the knockout like this, and then the party after, where you and all your coaches get to celebrate the great handiwork.
Came a long way, came a long way, came a long way, came a long way, been a long way, real long way, and still that way, still that way, still that way, still one day, live that way, feel that way, came a long way, real long way, been a long way, real long way, and it's still that way, 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 still that way. Eastside Johnny, pull up with the mop, real John got it. Running from the bottom, blood on my hands, ain't no dirt.
All right, so we get another look at this high-level wrestler here tonight, DC. When it comes to the grappling, the wrestling, fighting this guy makes for a really hard night at the office.
It makes for a hard night because the moment he gets close to you, It's like a fly stuck in flypaper. He sticks to you like glue. He moves from position to position seamlessly. He possesses great takedowns from the clinch, from a nice inside trip to a bear hug or a throw. He's just one of those guys that the moment he comes into contact with you, a lifetime of wrestling has shown him an amazing ability to get you to the floor.
Yeah, all of that one-on-one competition, as you mentioned, great in transition. Big spot, needless to say, for him here tonight. Ready to engage in another high-profile matchup here tonight. Here he is, the decorated kickboxer, back for more here tonight, and he's so comfortable in the striking realm. It's almost like he started kickboxing before he ever was reading or writing.
Oh, it's unbelievable to see someone that's so comfortable under so much duress.
I know.
When you're in kickboxing range, you are in the fire. There is no safety. You're right in range to getting knocked out, but he does not fear that. He loves it. He loves the combat. He loves the engagement. But what you have to understand is he's not engaging his opponents on their terms. He's doing it on his terms. Whether or not he wants to be in close with the big punches or he wants to be at range landing kicks, he's just constantly putting damage on you. Top, bottom, up, low, it does not matter. This guy is a dominant striker. One of the best kickboxers the UFC has ever seen.
And in terms of the punching technique and the jab, as good as anyone in this division. Our tale of the tape for this, our main event of the evening. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the former UFC lightweight champion, Islam Makhachev. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the former UFC welterweight champion, Leon Rocky Edwards.
The veteran Herbert Dean, our referee for this one.
Ready. Good.
All right, round getting underway, and we take a look at the Combat Sambo World Champion and UFC lightweight contender, Islam Makhachev. What will he do in this fight? Well, oftentimes he does whatever he wants to do. Certainly he can impose his will on the ground, where his game is just so nuanced when it comes to the throws and the trips and the manipulation of joints and everything else. But on the feet, in a kickboxing setting, this man has proven elite as well. A true 5-tool player who many believe by year's end could just be the king of the lightweight division. Makhachev gets the finish.
Oh my goodness, what a fight.
Here is Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean's called a stop to this contest at 35 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Islam Makhachev.
Oh, well, there he is after a huge knockout win tonight. You going to the after party or what?
I mean, I'm heading over there right now, John. I'm asking the producers, how soon can I get up? Because it's going to be a party over there. Not only because of the knockout, but that extra bonus check he's going to be carrying to the club tonight.
Say less. Shit, you got a problem with me, I ain't squash shit. Say less. 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 I ain't squashing shit, JC can tell me do it. I'ma tell him no. OGs get on the balls, act like they killers. Most of them hoes. Trenches, I'm like Drake, but I can't count that baby hoes. I grew up a screw up at the heat the crib up with the stove. 15 roaches crawled up on my face. Diddy probably troll. I get a Grammy. I'm on stage with killers, how I be at shows. No gimmick. I told Pooh he just like Kendrick with his shiesty flow. I used to look up to them hood legends, some mices though. Say less. I had to shop at Payless. For lawyers, you can't pay less. I can swipe off lawyers and put choppers with my Apex. Dirk ain't from the trenches. Who the fuck can really say that? Dirk ain't from the who the fuck can really say that? Say less. Say less.
All right, well, you could argue his kickboxing is as good as anyone's in this division, but this is a mixed martial arts fight. You got to think that a lot of people in this division are going to try to put him on his ass.
Well, you have to. If you're standing with this guy, if you're stuck on your feet fighting this man, you're constantly in trouble. So you've got to give him mixed looks. But I'm going to tell you, he has been very impressive in this regard. He has shown an ability to stay upright, defend takedowns just enough to give himself a chance. And because of that, he has had a lot of success at the start of his UFC career.
And he's brought in a lot of fans from the kickboxing world. So let's see if he can produce for all the masses watching around the world tonight. Excited for this one. This is a kickboxer of the highest order. He has so many different kicks and punches in his arsenal and figures to try to keep this on the feet here tonight.
The beautiful thing that he does is he throws that front push kick to create distance when a guy starts to get too close and wants to wrestle with him. He throws it, and the moment you're back at his range, he starts to blast high kicks. He doesn't always intend on landing them, but he beats up your arms with high kick after high kick after high kick. As you get desperate, you start to run into knees, and he does not need much space to land a knockout punch. This guy is one of the best strikers we've ever seen in the UFC.
And if you don't find the striking range early against this guy, you could be in real trouble. Well, so much UFC history has played out here at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Plenty more where that came from tonight. The athletes are ready to go. Our tail of the tape for this highly anticipated welterweight fight. All right, now for the particulars, we go inside the octagon to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Randy Rude Boy Brown. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the former UFC light heavyweight world champion, Vitor the Phenom Belfort.
Herb Dean, our third man in the octagon for this one. All right, great matchmaking here by Sean Shelby and Nick Maynard as we get round one underway. Two accomplished kickboxers going head-to-head. Now, for you, you'd be salivating, get in on that single leg, but for these guys, they're going to strike in the middle of the octagon.
No singles to be had tonight. These guys are going to meet in the middle of the octagon. They're going to trade punches and kicks. Both of these guys are tremendously fast. They're very quick.
Oh, big diving punch to the head. That'll do it!
My goodness!
With a huge win tonight!
Holy!
So how about that as he pounds him out for the TKO? Prioritized the finish tonight. Absolutely gets it with style points. A huge, huge result here in this arena tonight.
It's always fun to see an athlete tell you what they're going to do, and then they do it. This guy told us he was going to get a finish, and that's exactly what he did. Him and his team are going to have a fantastic time tonight celebrating. They should all be very proud.
We go back inside the octagon for the official decision. It resides with Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 26 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by TKO, Randy Rude Boy Brown.
Well, the celebration is on over there in the corner, and nothing subdued about it. They put a lot of time into this training camp and into this performance, and certainly their athlete delivered.
It was a result that they desired. They said, I don't care how this match ends, as long as I'm not standing there waiting on the judges. He got his opponent hurt, and he found the follow-up shots that allowed him to get the TKO.
Nobody do it better than me, not incredibly. I do this shit competitively, inevitably. These falling silent when I walk up in the building. Worry about their future like I'm here to snatch their children. That line was brilliant. How I'm not already in.
All right, so here he is, one of the best boxers on this UFC roster, and if this fight was to be contested under the Marquess of Queensberry rules, it would be no contest, but we got an MMA fight here.
We would be talking about a one-round fight because there are no fighters in the UFC that can compete with this guy in that one form of combat. Such a great jab, the head movement. It's never on a line. He's constantly going left to right, right to left. It's like a triangle. He's moving. You can never see a stationary target in his approach. And what I truly love about him is his ability to really dig that left body shot to try and find the liver to end fights. We don't see knockouts like that very often. This man has done this a number of times in the UFC.
The sweet science. Some people think boxing is simple. It is anything but. This fighter has certainly mastered it. Fan anticipation for this one, and rightfully so. A really interesting matchup, and a lot of people focused on this kickboxer trying to make a real concerted run at UFC gold.
Yeah, he's trying to make a run at the championship. We have seen him compete at the highest level in kickboxing and done very, very well. But how does he implement that fight style in the mixed martial arts? We're going to find out very soon if he can do everything he did there inside the UFC's octagon.
Certainly in our fighter meeting, he talked a lot about his wrestling and grappling improvements, but he knows what the fans want to see, and that is to see him striking against this opponent here tonight. All right, with that, both fighters have now graced the octagon. They will lock the door behind them, ready to go with a crazy fight here at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Our tale of the tape for this welterweight fight. To get us started, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Wolverine Octagon. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Joaquin Numeza Buckley.
Referee Herb Dean will handle the action in the octagon. Good to have you with us tonight from T-Mobile Arena, the home of the NHL's Vegas Golden Knights, and the building in which DC shocked some of the MMA world at UFC 226, but this venue will always have a special place for you.
This venue holds...
Oh
my God!
I mean, you got to be kidding me with that knockout. If that is not the #1 play on SportsCenter tonight, I'm not sure what would top it. One of the best knockouts we've seen all year.
In a very long time. I have not seen someone look this good. He promised us something, and he delivered with that beautiful knockout.
And here we go inside the octagon. Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 13 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Joaquin Numeza Buckley.
Well, there will be no shutting that smile off tonight. The celebration is on as he gets a huge win by knockout tonight. I got to think there are a few better feelings in the world than walking into an octagon and candidly knocking another man out cold.
Yeah, you shut a person's lights off, man. There's nothing like it. Now, I understand a lot of times we hope for the knockout, but he was never hopeful. He was sure that he would get it done, and he did exactly that. Congrats.
Best of luck trying to handle the pressure wrestling game of this individual who has really taken the division by storm. And as was the case for you oftentimes in your career, even when the opposition knows what's coming, can't stop it.
Yeah, because this kid has so many different ways to attack you in the wrestling realm. Unfortunately, John, he has not developed the striking to that level. So if you can keep him up right now, we've seen everybody deal with it. When you can't get that takedown, what's left for this guy?
Yeah.
Does this guy still believe? How does he operate in those moments where he doesn't really know what to do? We're going to find out tonight, because this is his toughest fight to date.
And he said he slept in his singlet last night for good energy.
I love that.
Can't be comfortable.
I love that.
Islam Makhachev, and he finds himself in another big spot here tonight. Scousers don't get knocked out, and that has been the case for Paddy Pimblett, at least to this point in his UFC career. Outstanding pedigree coming in, and he's got another big fight in front of him tonight, DC.
And he's going to continue to get big fights, because when you have that thing, when you have that it factor about you, people want to tune in. That is what Paddy Pimblett has in spades. But not only can he fight, but not only can he draw people in, the guy can fight. He's a tremendous grappler, and he has confidence like not many guys that we've seen at such a young age in their career.
And don't let the out-of-camp body composition fool you, because this man has a work ethic that rivals anybody in this division. Huge spot for Paddy Pimblett tonight. So much UFC history has played out here at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Plenty more where that came from tonight. The athletes are ready to go. Our tale of the tape for this highly anticipated welterweight fight. And now to get us started, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the former UFC lightweight champion, Islam Makhachev. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Paddy the Bandit Pimblett.
Herb Dean is your referee. He's the third man in the octagon tonight. Good. All right, early round action here, and if the announcers are being drowned out, it must be because Paddy the Baddy Pimblett is in the building. As for his focus in this particular matchup, he's not going to discriminate. He believes he has striking and grappling advantages against this particular opponent. And he also believes that his wealth of experience, even pre-UFC...
He needs to start looking. It's over!
Whoa!
Oh, my goodness.
So no judges needed tonight as he pounds him out for the TKO. I'm hoping I get an invite to the after party. The official decision is now in. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 23 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by TKO, Islam Makhachev.
Well, there he is, the man of the hour. And you got to think this dude's going to get a serious Instagram push tonight after the win by TKO.
Oh, he's going to get a massive push because he hurt his opponent and he pressed his foot down on the gas until he got that finish. That was amazing.
Let's go, ella se dejó y yo me la llevé. Hacemos el boogie, hacemos el wiggy-dee. Ella lo pidió y yo sin miedo se lo di. Let's go. I got shooting stars on my teeth, Nikes on my feet, make my...
This is about as decorated a kickboxer as has come into this division in some time, DC. And if we get a kickboxing match tonight, he ain't losing.
He is a championship-level kickboxer, a guy that can stand in the pocket and trade and kick and punch with anyone. He's constantly throwing things from as close as you can get. He's comfortable throwing leg kicks. He will drive these into your body. But it's the aggressiveness and the ability and willingness to stand in the pocket and trade that makes him truly, truly special. I think that is what separates kickboxing, the high level, everyone else.
He understands distance as well as any striker in this division. Of course, that is a byproduct of a lifetime of repetitions in the kickboxing space. All right, we'll see how it goes for this decorated kickboxer. Nice to see him cross over into the UFC, and a lot of people feel like if he can get on sort of an Alex Pineda-type trajectory in terms of the work ethic and the approach, could be a future world champion.
Well, he looks like it. He seems to have all the skills, and he says the right thing. We were talking to him the other day. He spoke about all the time they're spending in the gym working on the wrestling, because he knows that the kickboxing is embedded in him. He has done it so long, he can do it on cruise control. But the wrestling has improved. And he said because his wrestling's improved, guys are going to have to stand with him. When they have to stand, he said the lights will be shut off. Yeah. I cannot wait to see him perform.
Dude's got power everywhere, and that's why a lot of these fans have traveled far and wide to see him compete. Our tale of the tape for this welterweight fight. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, walking New Mexico. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Randy Rude Boy Brown.
Herbert Dean's in the building. He is the third man in the octagon tonight. Oh, man, I'm excited for this one as round one gets underway. Two of the best kickboxers in this division. Gotta think we're going to be running back some of that live, natural audio with how hard these gentlemen kick.
I love when two high-level kickboxers get into the octagon because they come together close. What you have to understand is in kickboxing, a lot of it takes space within a very close range. The guys are almost just
straight connections right up the gut, DC. He's in a world of trouble now.
They say the straight moves are the ones that get there first, and it got right to the target.
Well, he's going to enjoy watching this one back. Let's take a look at the replay of the knockout just a moment ago.
It was right hand after right hand after right hand. Finally, he found the one that hit the exact sweet spot that ended his opponent's night.
We go inside the octagon. Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 32 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, walking New Mexico.
All right, so there he is, the man of the hour. What a massive knockout for him to get this win in style tonight.
He did everything he needed to do to find the knockout. Now he can celebrate with his family and friends as they earn this spectacular victory.
My view from the top of the moon, I can see the whole world sitting in my hand, a maze of it. We finna break the rules, and we gon' make them too. I can't follow slip, I gotta stand tall, that's what a leader do. Follow me, I'm leading you. Hey, we finna turn up, crank up the heat in here, they finna burn up. Told them I'm coming, I'm here, tell them they time up. I said it once, I'ma say it again, this will be my year. I ain't gon' show no fear, I know that I'm built.
Here he is, the #1 UFC welterweight contender. He has never fought for the title before, but on the strength of a long winning streak, he has arrived at the precipice of a world championship.
He's been working so long to put himself in this position. He has been working so diligently to try to earn himself a shot at a championship. Tonight he gets that opportunity. He is a well-rounded fighter. He's so tremendous in all aspects of mixed martial arts. I cannot wait to see him compete and try to become the champion.
And I'm not sure that any athlete in this welterweight division agent has handled adversity, professional and otherwise, as well as this man has. He is forged as he hits the proving ground for his first UFC title fight tonight. So this #1 welterweight contender has found his way back to a title fight. A lot of people didn't think he would get there, and he's made a career of proving doubters wrong.
You know, he carries a chip on his shoulder. You tell this man that he can't do something,
right? He
will make it a point to get that done. He said from the moment he walked out the octagon last time and didn't win the belt, that I will be back. Many smirked at him. Many laughed, but his inner circle believed that it was only a matter of time before their guy got another chance, and when he got here, he would get the job done.
Now, some would argue he wasn't ready the first time around. I think that's probably a little bit too simplistic, but there's no denying he has rounded out his game, he has evolved, he's maximized the developmental time, and a lot of people believe we'll have a new champion on Wednesday. All right, now let's get to our tail of the tape for this welterweight championship fight. All right, now for the official introductions, we go inside the octagon where we find Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Welterweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, walking New And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Islam Makhachev.
Herb Dean, referee for this one. All right, another big spot tonight for the budding UFC lightweight contender, Islam Makhachev. A lot of people believe, with respect to his brother, oh, look at that. He leapt up and landed the diving punch to the head. That is it! Oh, smokes! Gets the win by TKO. Just a relentless effort out of this fighter here tonight. The ref had no choice but to step in, and that is how you leave the judges out of it. All right, the official decision is in. It resides with Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean's called a stop to this contest at 12 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by TKO and new undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, Islam Makhachev.
All right, so he dedicated decades of his...
The man, I swear I care about the coat, but how you handle your affairs is what I care about the most. The man, wherever it's going off, got me dissing your monthly visitors. The man, I write a practice, and we are the practitioners. Eating them alive, it's like I needed them for sustenance. I'm out here getting big like they've been feeding me some supplements. Never follow them till they be moving shambolic. My son, but we're getting money.